Hi everyone from India. Sending love, sending light. We are all home and we are all connected to our teacher, to our community, to our families, wherever they are. We are connected to everything and everyone we love. And this time will pass. Speaking about asana in these last videos. And asana is the posture, not only in the yoga, but also in our lives. And yeah, these are moments to rearrange our posture and coming into this discomfort, because none of us like to be moved, of course, or just be like quarantine or however you want to call it. And it's a change, and yoga is the art of moving through the changes with a smile on our face, as if we had chosen this experience. And we have the choice to resist what is happening and get all like and depress and victimize ourselves and blame other people and blame, here it's hard to blame a virus, but or we can just be open and say, whatever is happening, I'm not sure why it's happening, but I thank God for this opportunity to be home and just go deeper into who I am. And if you have not started a spiritual practice, this is the perfect time to do that. And we can all breathe. So breath is the main root of our asana practice, and breath is the coming back to the present moment. And if you pay attention, there are no problems in the present moment. There's only this awareness and this presence. And yeah, the mind jumps to the future. Oh my God, when is this virus going to stop? When can I go back to my job? When can I just go back to my business as usual? Back to your breath. And then the mind goes back to the past. Oh, I wish things had been different, and why this thing. Go back to the breath. So let's take a big, deep breath right now. Filling up your lungs with this light, this white light. Filling up our lungs also for those who are in the hospitals and that now have their breathing compromised. Because yeah, this is a virus that attacks your lungs, and the lungs have to do with fear. Yeah. I remember in 2012 I was in Mysore, and I started feeling really like a huge constriction in my lungs, and I would wake up in the middle of the night and started coughing, and I didn't know exactly what was happening. And when I went back to Costa Rica after that trip, I was diagnosed with a pneumonia. And yeah, I had to take antibiotics, and actually my left lung is full of scars from that pneumonia. And yeah, it was challenging times for me. Why? Because my own life, I was feeling like I had no space to breathe in my own life. It was very interesting. So this virus is teaching us something that is so real and so pure. It's like we have designed a lifestyle that is not allowing us to breathe freely. And we are killing our earth with this race of greediness, of ambition. We are actually now forced to live a very simple life in our homes, not using our cars, not using the planes, not using the cruises, which by the way, I think they're gone or far. Who wants to go on a cruise ever again? I don't think I want to. But we have a pause to breathe deeply. And since the mind and the breath go together, and this is a very important teaching in yoga, when your breath is anxious, when your breath is superficial, your mind gets like terribly anxious. I had a lot of students that would come to me and speak about panic attacks, and I would not believe them. I was like just saying, they're making this up and they're trying to get some attention, and I thought that way until it happened to me. And yeah, again, I was I was with my guru Sharat in Encinitas in California, and I had just like signed my divorce, and I went to that trip to be with him, and I came to the home of one of my dear friends in California, and she was super lucky, but I was super lucky to be with her, but the day I arrived in her home, she was not home. And she had left a note saying, just feel free to eat whatever you need, and I'll be back late. And I was super tired because I had been traveling, so I just went to sleep. And then I woke up in the middle of the night with this panic attack. And I was sitting in the bed, and I could not breathe. It was so intense. I was like trying to inhale, and my breath was completely constricted. And I knew it had to do with the fear, because now I was on my own, my second divorce. I had 3 babies under my care. I was devastated emotionally. I was so sad because I had really loved this person, and my breath was not coming in, and I was there and I was praying, and like I was awake like for 3 hours, and after my pneumonia and after this panic attack that only happened once, thank God, I realized that our breath is the source of our happiness. The breath is our source of our sanity, actually. And having the gift to breathe freely is so precious. So now in this quarantine, in these moments, we can go and just simply lay in bed, close our eyes and breathe deeply. That in itself is already a yoga practice. And for those of us who are already doing the asana and everything, I don't recommend you start your yoga practice now in this quarantine. No, you need a teacher. You need a physical teacher to help you. You need someone there physically, because Ashtanga is a transmission of energy, and it cannot happen through these platforms. Here you can listen to me and you can have the information, but I cannot physically give you my energy. I need to know you, I need to communicate with you, I need to see into your eyes, and that's how the magic happens. Because Ashtanga is mostly a transmission of energy, and as teachers we are channels for the energy of our gurus to move through us. And that cannot happen when you are broadcasting yourself or when you are following a teacher on a video. So these are times to breathe on our own. I strongly recommend you just lay down and breathe. And if you're doing your yoga practice, pay attention to your breath more than the asana. Remember that the asana has 3 main elements, which are breath, drishti, and bandha. And the 3 of them connected are going to create this alchemia in your body and in your mind and your emotions. So the deeper dimensions of your being are also being touched by your asana practice. Breathing in Ashtanga Yoga is normal. We don't need to do any sound. Sharat has spoken about this a lot. Sometimes when we are studying with him, he says breathing with sound, but that usually he says it at the end of the practice. So you just breathe normally and breathe as much as you can to expand the full capacity of your lungs, because right now, since this virus is compromising the lungs, it's exactly going into the place in our body that holds our fears. And the fear of uncertainty, the fear of our lifestyle being destroyed, the fear of us losing not only our dear ones, our own health, and everything that we have created in our lives. That brings a lot of anxiety, and these panic attacks are expected in these times of deep crisis of the whole world. So you can just sit every day and just breathe deeply with awareness, and this is going to immunize you against these moments of anxiety. You know you always have your breath there to sustain you and to hold you, and whatever comes out of this crisis is what we have been praying for. And that deep trust that the world really needed this break. I was speaking to my husband this morning, and we thought, after we do this quarantine or whatever, how many months we need to be locked down, it would be very wise to do this once for a full month every year, volunteering to quarantine for the earth. I think this is a beautiful way of showing the earth our love, because now here where I live, I can hear the birds and I can see the blue skies, and I read that in Venice the swans are coming out and the dolphins and the waters are clearing, and we have been destroying our earth in such violent manner, and anything we do to each other comes back to us. So this is a very intense and alarming wake-up call for humanity. And as we connect to the breath, we can also inhale all the pain, all the suffering, all the uncertainty, and exhale love and light and peace and serenity. It is not that we are trying to just push away all the pain and suffering that is happening. It's exactly the opposite. We want to take it into our bodies. And the beauty and generosity of the energy, of the prana, will transform it into beautiful light for whoever needs it right now. And I'm especially sending energy to all of my colleagues that are now in a moment of uncertainty, because I know shalas have been closed. And I tell you, this is exactly what I went through 15 months ago when I left my country. I left everything behind. I left my home, my family, my shala, my students, my children. And in the moment it feels like you're losing something, but on the long run you're gonna gain something that you would have never anticipated. And just being in that space of void, of emptiness, of this abyss is where we are going to try our wings. And our wings are the wings that our gurus have given us. The practice of yoga, the practice of deep awareness and gratitude for whatever is happening, the radical acceptance that this moment, as Thich Nhat Hanh says, is a present and is the perfect and most beautiful moment. We don't need to change anything. We just need to accept it fully, wholeheartedly, and in deep trust. For those of you who are home alone, don't feel alone. We are here. You just need to write me, and I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to just connect. And ultimately we're all alone, and if it happens that we need to go in this crisis with this virus, it's okay. It's just like in that moment of releasing this physical body, we know that we're something like eternal and wise, and this is just this garment, for this lifetime. But if we have to, say goodbye to all our loved ones, it's also a moment of this deep release for their souls, because their souls are ready to go. And who are we to say, no, stay, don't go? No, they are. Everything is designed in the most perfect way. And if we keep our breath calm, we will be able to understand that all these gifts that life is bringing us are exactly what we have been praying for. We are the ones we have been praying for. So thank you from my heart. Please share these videos if you think they're useful. Please write me and comment, and anything you need and that I can help, I'm more than willing to do so. And it's my honor to be here and be able to share the teachings of my beloved Guru, who I miss very much. And to all my Sangha friends, to all my friends around the world, let's trust God is moving us in unexpected ways for a deep transformation. Thank you. Namaste.